So yeah, that was a very very impressive performance out of Psionic Synergy just now, and just wonderful coordination. They definitely knew what they wanted to accomplish on that map, and they worked together incredibly well in order to achieve that. It was very refreshing to watch that kind of coordination.
Yes, indeed, and they have been performing very well throughout the league so far. And let's hope that Ready Button can come back with a vengeance in game number 2.
Yep. Like we mentioned earlier, all these games are just straight threes, so there's still more. There's two more games still ahead, no matter what. No 2-0 nonsense, and then we're done. It's straight threes. So we're waiting to see what map will be picked next. And is that going to be our map?
Yep.
Oh, I love it. Cursed Hollow, my favorite map. If you watch the Heroes Power Hour on Tuesdays, you know that's by far and away my favorite map. It's everyone considers it the most basic of maps, and it is. I came from Dota 2. So this will be very interesting to see how this turns out. I'm just waiting for the stream to kick back on. There we go. And so yeah, that was so if you're ready, Button, you pick Cursed Hollow. How do you bounce back from that? Because I don't want to say that was dominant, but that was a convincing win out of Psionic Synergy right there. They looked comfortable the entire time. When you see your solo lane Sonya die twice to a Malthael, it kind of makes you clench your jaw a little bit.
Indeed.
So what are we looking out of a Ready Button here at this point?
I think Ready Button is gonna need a strong engage. Not that they didn't have it for this past game, but going into, I think they'll want to immediately get rid of the Stukov because that silence is such a big, CC to take away the ability to cast on your enemy team. That's big. So they want to ban out Stukov. That's the first step. And then secondly, you probably want to go either with a hard engage or a completely safe composition with some good poking power and a very good front line. And this will pretty much, someone in terms of Kael'thas or Leeming potentially. That way, because it is Cursed Hollow, you can pretty much delay trib caps potentially. If one of your team member falls, and then you need to get one of that team member back to the team fight or whatever. So I mean, there is that potential. So we will see. But both teams are indicating that they're ready. So we're going to get this going in about 5 seconds or so.
All right, I'm excited. Like I said, this is by far and away my favorite map. This is my comfort map. So we'll see if teams decide to ban the global out. Maybe Falstead always strong here, no matter what. Gust shenanigans are always key when you've got them in your lineup. Boss for either boss plays or securing a tribute. So I'm looking. We'll see what Psionic Synergy here decides to ban out first. And the Dahaka ban. No surprise there.
Dehaka. He's actually one of my favorite heroes. I love playing Dehaka.
He, I had to take a break because of computer issues, and he probably would have ended up being one of my level 20 heroes for the longest time. I was like, before he released, I was like, give us Dahaka. I want Dahaka. Give me Dahaka because I loved his character in StarCraft. And then they finally dropped him, and that's all I played. He would have been close to being a level 20 hero. The only level 20 hero I have is Chen, which is a weird hero to have at 20. I'll admit. Because there's never been a real point where Chen is good. So, and this was pre-Chen rework. So, all right. We see. I like this band. I love that Abathur band. Abathur's such an annoyance on this map. You sacrifice the early game, and then you hit 10, and then all of a sudden you've got all this incredible power on your side. Because clone is just too good. You get double Greymane, double Vala, whatever, and you just straight up win team fights because dealing with one DPS character is hard enough. Try dealing with two of the same.
Yeah.
So looks like we got the Ariel pickup, which is again absolutely fantastic healer right now. So the Tainment Strike is going to get loads of work done on this map just because of all the surfaces you have to fight around. So we'll see how Ready Button decides to, we'll say, counter the Ariel pick. And we see Greymane come out. A nice DPS powerhouse and incredible poke on the tributes. And after that, we're going to see just a few more seconds left. We'll see what the next pick is going to be. And we see the Rhaegar again. Another great pick that'll complement the Greymane when he decides to go in. Throwing the Lightning Shield down, the Ancestral saves. It'll be nice to for Greymane to benefit that and anybody else, really. So we'll see the next two pickups for Psionic Synergy coming in, and really, what do you complement with the Ariel?
You got a few options. Of course, you could go Vala. You could go Gul'dan. No, they could be Trinity forcing. Indeed, there it is.
The Holy Trinity, right there. Welcome to Vala, new game. Vala never die. So
there it is. The Holy Trinity.
This is. It's beatable, but it's really annoying to beat. I mean, if you want,
how would you deal with it?
If you want to finish this combo off, I'd go Zarya, and then and maybe Arthas, or another strong tank. And okay, they kind of snipped that out, and so Arthas is gone. But with between the Zarya shields, and we ran into this with an Illidan comp. It was Ariel, Tassadar, Illidan, Zarya, and then I think Anubarak, and we could not kill the Illidan at all. We would burn all of our ults just trying to get this guy down, and he would survive with just a fraction, and then be up to full because of the Tassadar shield. It's the most ridiculous combo, and we've done a similar strat to this where our Vala just never died. She was our tank the whole game. So
I've seen that with some compositions. It can work, but there are ways to shut that down hard. And I don't think it's hard to say because a lot of competitive teams, when they see like kind of weird compositions like that, where it's just like you don't really have a tank on the board, you don't have a warrior, but you have all the support for this one person. Like, it can work, but like the other team, you pretty much gotta assume the other team doesn't know what they're doing
Yeah.
and isn't really like organized per se. So like I feel like that's the only time something like that could work. But I mean, we're talking about, two competitive teams have been around for a while, and so I mean, who knows? Like, obviously, Psionic Synergy having a lot more, it seems to me, a lot more skill and mechanics on the table, but what they lack is that they're still relatively new playing together, compared to Ready Button. So hard to say.
Well, we see the Jaina and the Stitches come out on the side of Ready Button, and really, I like the burst damage. It's really hard for Ariel to keep up with that, with the sustained healing she can provide if you just shred all of Vala's HP in one go. A good Jaina combo will. Oh my god, we've got a Chen on the board. I
Weren't
I
you
love it.
saying something about Shen earlier?
I have feelings about Chen. I love Chen, but I just don't consider him a good hero. But if you pair him with the Sonya and all the protection that a Tassadar and Ariel could provide, I change my opinion just slightly. So this could work. Chen is. I always joke around about Chen where you pick Chen, you win the solo lane, but then you lose the game. So,
Hmm.
but coupled with all the sustain that they have on their side, this could be an incredibly strong Chen game. And they do have some squishy heroes on their side. So, this may be a barrel game. You kind of don't want Malthael getting extra healing off off the Brewlings, as I call them. So, and plus, they're Greymane squishy, Jaina squishy, Malthael. If he can't press Q, he's very squishy. So, getting a good barrel would be great for dispositioning on some of these heroes. So we'll see how this turns out. We're going into the game. We're on Cursed Hollow. This is Gamers of the Storm Competitive League Ready Button versus Psionic Synergy Game 2. I'm here with Isaiah from Gamers of the Storm. Let's go.
All right.
So we get to see who has the potato.
Do you think Chen is gonna go rolling barrel? I mean,
He could
I
he could go Brewlings, but again, if I were Malthael, you're probably going to be in the middle of a team fight, one that goes down. I hit my shroud and I just get free healing. Chen might not be able to out damage that, but we'll go ahead and introduce the teams once again. On the side of Ready Button, we've got Bubble This on the Stitches, CRS on the Greymane, Rory on the Jaina, Varen on the Rhaegar, and Rexba on. Okay, he's on the Greymane. Who is that? That's Malthael on CRS. That's my mistake. However, we're going to go on over to the side. If you want to introduce the other side, go right ahead.
we have on the side of Psionic Synergy, D-Shibes playing the Chen. We have Link playing the Vala, Rexgam playing the Tassadar, Penguin O playing the Oreo, and Bigsword playing Sonya.
So I see this Chen is going the solo mid lane, and that's a very interesting strat coming out of Psionic Synergy. That's not something you see a lot of. And Chen just going to play behind that wall and just use that natural ability to just be a tanky nuisance in the mid lane. But we see three top, and the Holy Trinity is up there. So
Oh man,
they already know what they're wanting to do, and they're
it's the Triforce.
yeah, pretty much. So, and that wave is already down. Greymane taking a little bit of poke right there. Shield onto the Vala. Oracle coming out from the Tassadar, seeing the rotation in. They wisely back up just a little bit. Chen, however, just having fun in this mid lane, drinking and spitting hot fire. Catches mixtape later this year. So, we've got Sonya coming in against that Malthael matchup. Hopefully Biggs were. Oh no, this is the reverse position this time. So Biggs were maybe having a little bit of knowledge on this matchup now. So,
It could be the reverse. Yeah, definitely, because we saw the Sears playing the Sonya last game, but now it seems the rules are a little reversed here with Big Sword on Sonya and Sears playing Maltheo. So I'm pretty sure we could very well see Maltheo winning out against it.
this just looks like a really hard matchup for the Sonya, regardless, just because of that constant HP decay that Reaper's Mark provides. So, maybe they're.
Almost on the top lane, just real quick, Oriole almost falling to Jaina, Stitches, and Greymane, but was able to heal themselves back up. That was pretty close pickup there.
All right, and we're seeing that Holy Trinity just still paying dividends. That bottom tower is just about down. We should be having that first tribute spawn here in about 15 seconds or so. The timer should be popping up here rather shortly. We see Greymane taking that vision, getting really aggressive. A nice aggressive movement out of the Greymane. Couldn't really stop from Sonya from taking this camp as we see that tribute spawn bot. Ariel already in position, just scoping everything out. And Greymane, oh, we've got a pause. So, looks like somebody DC'd and LimeWire crashed.
Oh no! So the typical in these instances, there is a total pause time of 10 minutes in teams, I believe, if I'm correct. And I wrote the rules to this competitive league, but I believe it's about 2 or 3 pauses for each team in total, with a combined total of 10 minutes. So, should the player not arrive back online within the 10 minutes, we will give them. We'll get a status update and see what happens from that point on.
All right, very good. And so, looks like we've got the reconnect. So we'll get this countdown going. And we're back into the game. And now we've got that tribute top. So here we go. Ariel showing herself out in the front, and Sonya coming up behind her. Vala throwing the Hungering Arrow onto the Stitches. Stitches about half health at this point. The totem goes down. Stitches throws a hook out. Does not connect at this point. And Chen going in on with the sick kung fu right there. Eats a little bit of damage, just drinks his way through the pain. But it does not look like they're going to be able to get this. Rory still channeling. The flask misses barely, and Ready Button takes the first tribute.
Ready Button showing a little bit more control this game than last game, that's for sure. And I think the map pick was in their favor.
Oh, Testari almost going down. Does go down to the Tainment Strike. Not enough to save him right there. He had to burn that phase shift earlier during the tribute phase, and that's a key pickoff on a I'll call him a core hero in this case. He's definitely part of that Holy Trinity right there, and we're gonna go back down. Big's word going tapping the well, checking out what Ciaris is doing. We see the next tribute spawn on Psionic Synergy's side. Sonya already in position for this. We see Greymane taking that camp. Great time to take that camp just as that's about to spawn. It's going to get a lot of value if this this fight drags on. Rexagon taking that tribute. Looks like Stitch's hook out of left field. Throwing hooks like his name was Jay Cutler just now. And we've got more, just a whole bunch of action going on. Tainment Strike onto the Stitches. Chen still drinking away the pain right now. It takes a lot of damage from the from Malthael right there. Sonya spinning her way out of her troubles right now, but it's Ready Button so low right now. This is such danger area to go down. Stitches in a lot of trouble. The spear misses. Rory getting out by the skin of her teeth. Stitches hooks to Chen. That might have been a really good decision if Chen didn't have kick targets just there. And in the meantime, we see Psionic Synergy take that tribute. So now we've got a tribute score of 1-1.
Great. And so far, we're seeing fairly even matchup and experience. So, as far as talents go here, you're seeing a typical cocktail build from Greymane. You see Frostbolt build from Jaina, Slam build from Stitches. So a lot of people just straight up going a single ability build, including Rhaegar with the level 1 Wolf Run and Feral Heart with Cleanse. It's interesting.
Really, I mean, that is interesting, but really they've got heroes where you really want to put all your value into one talent. I'm curious about this Chen. Grounding, interesting grounding brew. I like the choice against all that mage damage. That's going to be very, very helpful. Deadly strike, and then bolder flavor for that instant shield to help nullify the problems that Malthael will cause with that Reaper's Mark. Really smart decision. We see that Ready Button did get that second tribute. Psionic Synergy just gave it up, but bigger problem for Psionic Synergy is they're getting that boss, and they're going to have enough time to rotate towards the other boss if they want to. And it looks like
it doesn't look like they're going to do that. They're going to likely push with this boss because I'm sure they know that the other team is doing it. So let's just not rotate and risk a team fight and dying. Let's push with this and get rid of a fort. Open up more space for another boss down the road.
And that's a really smart decision out of Ready Button, who has the curse score advantage right now. But the sad thing is that Psionic Synergy has their own boss pushing at this point, and the tribute is in an incredibly favorable location for them. So it looks like Ready Button's just going to sacrifice that tribute. No threat of a curse just yet, and they're going to keep pushing with this boss. And they might be able to get this fort down. Chen gets rooted. That's not something you want to see. Sonya tries to go in, or not Sonya. They try to go in on it, but they're going to sacrifice. Chen goes barrel like I thought he might. Tries to get somebody out of position. Doesn't work out in his favor. And they are going to just disengage safely, take the vision, and back off. Chen still trying to chase somebody down at this point. That's a persistent panda right there.
I almost was able to get the Malthael recalling, but just as the last second, the kick connected with the Malthael as he was like disappearing from the battlefield. So
that's annoying when you're almost out and you get pulled back against your will, and you're like, no, I wanted to go home. So we see Psionic Synergy taking their night camp, and they have an incredibly favorable position for the tribute spawn. This is going to be quite dicey for Ready Button to engage into this test.
Yeah, this is a particularly hard position to even team fight from if you're on the side of blue going against red, because red does have a little bit more of a superior position.
Rhaegar gets detainment striked and goes down. Malthael in a lot of trouble because Crystal Aegis comes out onto the Ariel. This is just not working for Ready Button just now. They all go down. Just the counter initiation and the healing from Ariel and Tassadar was just too much. And now we see Psionic Synergy just take this fight so easily, and now they're going to get a keep up top out of this, most likely, unless all 5 come right now.
Yes, and that was a good fight for Psionic Synergy. Ready Button did come pretty close to getting rid of that Oreo very quickly, but she was able to pop off that Crystal Aegis on herself.
Oh, nice shield from the Tassadar onto the Sonya just now. This is getting really dicey for him. So the Ancestral not in time onto the Greymane. He goes down. Rhaegar follows suit. Rory in the back line just in a lot of trouble. In the meantime, Malthael ends up going down. The Putrid Bile coming out of the stitch is not really doing anything. maybe drawing a line in the sand saying you're not coming across here yet. And in the meantime, the creeps are just getting so much push value right now. I think. Oh, we see Tassadar get hooked, pulled in, but he hits the phase shift and speeds away. Chen decides to pop the barrel for escape, so he can't get pulled back by anything. And they're gonna take this aggressive siege camp just now, and now Psionic Synergy has their win condition opened up.
Yep. Yes, they do. And Ready Button at this fight, they need to reanalyze some of the team fight. I don't think. I mean, they needed to engage in that last team fight for the third tribute because it would have been a curse for either side. So that's what they wanted, but it just did not go in their favor. Now, could they turn this around right here? I mean, they are taking a lot of damage. Ancestor goes out into the Malthea as both teams engage each other. Malthea's going deep, and oh god, Greymane falls, and Malthea as well. And just Stitches and Rhaegar remaining alive, whereas Psionic Synergy, all 5 of their members are still rocking and rolling.
Yeah, and I don't blame for Psionic Synergy. Nice hook from the Stitches right there. He throws out the Putrid Bile, trying to slow this siege onto the core down. They might be able to defend against this, but I'm not really confident about it. The Cone of Frost misses, gets nice cleanse from the Rhaegar just now to stop that Unstoppable, and that is going to be game. They didn't have enough in the tank to stuff that push just now, and just Sweet Synergy used that Holy Trinity right there to great effect. The Ariel and the Tassadar worked to perfection in order to save their teammates in key situations, and you notice during team fights they were always clumped together so Ariel could get that maximum benefit. So that was very, very well played out of Psionic Synergy. I keep wanting to say Sweet Synergy, and I know that's not right.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, Sweet Synergy, I believe, is an all-female Heroes of the Storm team. Very lovely people, by the way. I've dealt with them a few times. So.
All female. All right. So just picking up what we will be doing for our third game of this 3-game series, and just finding out whether or not it will be a map pick for Ready Button or first pick.
So, last game, Psionic Synergy up 2-0 at the moment. Can't really call it a rubber game at this point. So, if you're Ready Button, do you go with something wacky? Do you go with something crazy? Something spicy? Maybe a pick Pirates Bay, Blackheart's Bay.
I don't think so. It just got confirmation it's going to be Infernal Shrines.
A classic. A nice even map, if I'm honest. It's pretty... I don't want to say it's basic, but it offers several ways to win. I've seen teams actually win without taking a single Punisher, which is always jarring to me because you think you'd kind of need a Punisher to kind of win.
Right. It's not necessarily the case. It's kind of one of those maps where it's not necessary, but it does help with your pushing pressure and aggressiveness. Especially that Arcane Punisher. If you were to get the Arcane Punisher, that provides a lot better pushing power than the others.
Yeah, God, I hate fighting against an Arcane Punisher. Those things are so annoying. Just like in Diablo. They did a really good job of capturing the feel of those various, I'll call them elements, onto those Punishers from Diablo 3. Like, because if you've ever played Diablo 3, it's, oh god, so annoying when you see, like, Arcane. You're like, God, run away. You know, it's same with, Frost. You see them Frost balls pop up, and you're like, oh god, no.
I always played a Barbarian, in Diablo 3, and obviously the big crushing thing that we hate the most is fire chains. And if they were to implement something like that in Heroes of the Storm, where fire chains are going between minions or heroes,
Oh
that
my
would be
God.
horrible.
Oh, that would be terrifying to deal with. Oh, I would just hate that. Um, so jailers. You
Oh,
know, you're,
I hated that.
yeah, jailers were not fun. I mean, barbarians could kind of leap out of the way, I suppose, but like,
They just they have ignore pain, so as soon as they pop that, they can just free themselves of all crowd control.
yeah,
It's kind of like your cleanse, basically.
right. So, Infernal Shrines. What kind? So we've seen two games from these teams. What do you think Psionic Synergy will try to go for in this game?
Well, they could do what they did game number 1. Do the Nubrax Dukov. It does provide a lot of crowd control. I think I saw that in yesterday's game when I believe they played Infernal Shrines. They pretty much went that Nubrax Dukov. Now, I guess I was wrong in saying that it would have been all 3 games in this series, just like yesterday, but it could very well be the case for this third game, having an Nubrax Dukov again show up on the side of Psionic Synergy.
Very good points. So, if you're ready, button, how do you come against that?
It's hard to say. You definitely, again, you want to ban out the Stukov, I think. We're going to start up this draft here in about 5 seconds. But yeah, I think you want to ban out whatever is going to potentially cause your team to struggle. And I think, giving them Stukov or Ariel, I think you pretty much just want to ban out those 2 people. Now, of course, there's other stronger bans on the table. You're talking potential heroes like Kerrigan that can solo the shrine. The good zoning control from maybe a Sergeant Hammer if they were to go that route, or a Chromie. Or they could potentially do Gul'dan. And see, right off the bat, we do see Oriole in draft being picked out. So if we just go ahead and switch over to our draft screen, see this. But yeah, I mean, that's I think you would want to get rid of the siege, the artillery, basically, or strong supports.
Yeah, and we already see the Ariel and the Dahaka get banned. Dahaka is obviously all 3 games got banned. No love for the Zerg here, and they first pick Inubarak, which is again strong pick, best tank in the game in my opinion right now. And Greymane and Rhaegar, they're sticking with that. And I like it on this map. Again, Rhaegar and especially Greymane, they have incredible synergy together. And Greymane, once he finishes that level 7 cocktail quest, just you go from getting liquor on you to being engulfed in napalm. And you don't want to get hit by the business end of those explosions. So we'll see how Psionic Synergy respond to those 2 picks here. They're talking it over.
That could potentially be a Stukov pick.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Nubrak.
There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Go with what you know.
Go with what you know.
Oh my God, is this gonna be the new 2-part of the Holy Trinity, like this Stukov Tassadar? Because Stukov already provides so much healing, and then Tassadar with the lifesteal. They're gonna be looking for a high range DPS.
So yeah, you can see it right here. Ready button snipping it out. Vala. Getting that out of the way. We're not giving him a hyper carry. So could they lean towards something else? I'm not sure.
Let me blow your mind for a minute. How about an Illidan?
Well, is it going to be as effective on this map? Is the question. Is it really going to bring value?
Now, depends on what. If they go Illidan Zarya, they've got plenty of damage for the shrines. They've got Illidan will never die. Uh, I'm gonna call it. I think they're gonna go Illidan Zarya. Like Johanna and Ragnaros, they're smelling the DPS coming out, and they want a way to control that even a little. So Johanna and her blinds are gonna be a huge, huge factor in this. We may see him go double support, stack the blinds with a Lily.
It could be Illidan. I don't expect to see a Thrall. I mean, they could do it. You think Thrall with Earthquake?
That would get a lot of value, I think. I don't know if Thrall would have. You would almost have to back that up with a secondary DPS.
A good mage in terms of that artillery? Talking like maybe the Chromie again?
A Chromie, Kael'thas would work out very well. Even a Jaina if the Thrall went Earthquake, yeah, Jaina would go very, very well with that. It also ensured that they get stuck. We see a Cassia and an Illidan. So I call it.
You were right.
So I don't know if Illidan's gonna have as much sustain as he should. The Cassia pick, I love it. She's gonna bring a lot of sudden damage to the fight. So with that Fen damage.
Here's the interesting. I was gonna say that they're picking Sylvanas for their last pick, and I was gonna say if they could go double support here as well. They could pick out the Brightwing and completely shut down.
Yeah,
Illidan.
You're right, but remember, Sylvanas, we might not see a wailing arrow come out of her. We may see mind control. So this is a very. We'll definitely have to take a look at how Sylvanas builds at 10. See which ultimate she takes. So because if an Illidan dives in deep and gets promptly mind controlled, that's gonna be a lot of pain on an Illidan.
It has to be Wailing Arrow in my opinion, because you think you got a Wailing Arrow on top of Tassadar and Stukov, you're taking them out of the fight. They can't chuck out heals or use their shield or whatever, so you got a hard engage from Greymane and Rhaegar and Johanna and Ragnaros potentially. I mean, if you can call him a hard engage. That could be devastating.
That's true. You're not wrong. That's a very, very good point. That AOE silence would be quite valuable. So once again, game 3, we are going to introduce the teams now. And on the left side we have Ready Button. We have Ciaris on the Ragnaros. Varen once again on that Rhaegar. Bubble this on Natalie Dormer, Rory on Sylvanas, and he's laughing because he got the joke. And then Rexva on the Greymane, and on the right side. Go ahead.
Right side, you have Rexagon playing Illidan, the Illidonger, Penguin O playing Arya Brushin. Link playing Cassia, you have D-Shipes playing The Bug, and Big's Word playing High Templar Tassadar.
We see the Oracle come out of Tassadar just now looking for something, not going to find anything there. We see a hard push coming out of Ready Button, and the pause comes out. Puppy pause. Let me get this going on, and... See, I like that you got the Natalie Dormer joke, because not everybody gets that right away. They're like, what? They have the same haircut.
Did I say so? No. Are you ref on? Do you have ref powers, I hope?
I do.
Okay, good. You'll have to unpause the game for them when they're both ready. Because I apparently did not give myself ref.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Not like this. Yeah, you hate to see this kind of thing happen. But that's okay. We just got the emoji spam going on in the chat right now. Everyone having a little bit of fun this Sunday night. Glad you could join us here on Nexus Commentaries, broadcasting the Gamers of the Storm League, Ready Button versus Psionic Synergy. Very entertaining games out of both teams right now. So
yeah, definitely both entertaining. Psionic Synergy, of course, up 2-0, but we're hoping to see a comeback from Ready Button, and I think this could be the game. I think it can be.
Yeah, I definitely like what they're doing right here, but really they've got to look out for this incoming gank. I mean, right now we're looking at this Anubrak, and he's got a clear shot onto 4 right now, and that's just about 3 seconds of just nobody going anywhere, and that's just going to give this Illidan, this Cassia, just tons of time to just lay down the damage right now.
Yeah, both teams are ready to go, so Zexorus, that's on you.
All right, here we go. Oh, and Illidan goes in, and we see the Nubarak land that stun, like I said, but only landed on 1. And Bubble this in a lot of trouble, about to go down. Illidan gets the kill. Ciara's now trapped. Angry people surround the Fire Lord, and he goes back to the well and thinking, maybe I should just be the Light Lord instead. And we see Sylvanas quickly break off and goes down to the mid lane to push that out as quickly as possible. But she's not going to get a lot done right there. She needs to get out the way. There's a big, angry bug charging in at her. So we're going to look back at this top lane real quick. We see Rexagon just kind of chilling out there. Nothing much going on. And we're going to move out, and we see... We're going to see everybody just have a party in the bottom. Nubarak decides to burrow out right there, getting that sweet pustule healing from the Stukov just now. Bubble this goes in with the condemn. Nubarak takes a lot of damage. Shield from the Tassadar comes out. He is very low. He needs to get out, and he does so. Nice counter aggression coming out of Ready Button just now.
Yes, and so far, both teams staying on par with each other in terms of experience, and our first shrine of the game activating up here in the mid part of the map.
Yeah, and we see not Rexar. Yeah, Rexar take a little bit too much damage just there, but we do see all 4 bottom from on the side of Ready Button. They're just going to try to push this, but problem is you have an Illidan just doing the shrine solo, and that's no problem for him. So this is easily countered on the side of Psionic Synergy just now. The Iron Skin popped from the Johanna just now, and the Fen damage is so much. Everybody's so low on the side of Ready Button, and they look like they're going to get away, but Rory's in a lot of trouble. Almost goes down. I don't know how she survived that. Nice little parting gift from the Anubarak with the spines just now landing on them. And really, they gambled on that Sylvanas, trying to get some extra value from that push, and really, they didn't get anything out of it.
Of course, we got Ragnaros soloing the shrine, looking like Illidan backing off and moving back to the Bruiser camp on their side.
I do like the rotation coming out of Ready Button just now. They're going to try to force this as quickly as possible, but the shield, the Psionic Storm from the Tassadar secures the shrine for them. Illidan getting ready to cap that camp right there, that summoner camp, and they go in. Stun on a 3 from the Burrow Charge from the Dahaka. Silences comes out from the Stukov. Rory in a lot of trouble. Just needs he just needs to see her. 2 down on the side of Ready Button. Varen about to go down. Body blocked by the Illidan, leading the arm from Stukov to get the kill.
Sonic Synergy, this is something that they do well on this map, I feel. And this is something I saw in the last matchup that they had against the Mighty Goats. They halt when they do shrines and they're leading in the numbers for that shrine. They halt the objective and go and do mercenary camps, and then come back and kill that 1 or 2 last minions to get the Punisher. So they can get almost all 3 lanes pushing with merc camps and a Punisher. And that's something we're seeing right here in this game. So how will Ready Button be able to respond to that? Will they, in like fashion, do the same? Or will they be able to sniff it out and kind of rotate on some of them and get a pickup kill?
Hopefully, but I like the heads up out of Ready Button just now. They saw there was too many mid. They had to sacrifice this siege camp, but nobody died, and really that's what they need to do right now. And they need to not knight Varen. I say that, but then Rhaegar ends up going down, just caught just out of position by Psionic Synergy. I keep wanting to say Sweet Synergy. Bless me. And shield onto Illidan. Rhaegar, or not Rhaegar, Greymane is going to go down. Just gets... There's so much just quick damage coming out on the side of Psionic Synergy. And we see another pause. We'll see which... it looks like... there's Stukov.
Another disconnect, it looks like. And this would be the second pause of the game for Rexagon. I had to polish off the rule book so we can double check on if it's 2 or 3 pauses for them. Should they end up having another disconnect, unfortunately, they could very well be out of pauses.
So, yeah, I mean, you hate it. Well, at least there's not an ETC. So everybody knows the ETC bot is the best bot. And if we have any newer players to Heroes of the Storm, there was a pro game where there was an ETC bot that ended up landing a 4-man mosh pit. And it led to that team winning. I want to say it was Dignitas was involved in it, but I can't remember off the top of my head, sadly. So, and really, this is a really bad spot for Ready Button at the moment. It's gonna be very, very hard to come back from this. You've lost that Punisher. Your bottom fort is pretty much dead at this point. And we will get it back into the action. I need to quit doing that. And
all right, so yeah, Dusted, I just took a quick look at those competitive league rules, and each team has a total of 2 pauses. So that's the last pause for Psionic Synergy. Should they have another disconnect, that's going to spell trouble.
Now,
as we will have to forcibly unpause the game should they pause it.
Yeah, well, we're seeing Ready Button. They can't really take the shrine because they are now down heroic talents, and they just kind of push that summoner camp up and then just quickly get out of there. They're making a beeline for the Illidan. If Illidan, let's see what ultimate Illidan has taken. It looks like he has taken the hunt. So if I were Illidan, the instant they poke their heads out, yeah, he just smartly backs off. But here come Psionic Synergy coming in to contest the shrine. And if you're Ready Button, you can't really do it anymore. The web wrap onto, I believe that was the Greymane. He's in a world of trouble. No way to get out. Nope, that was the Sylvanas. And she just gets blown up so hard, she goes back to the draft screen. She was there. You had an undead elf there 1 minute, and next minute, giblets.
It looks like Greymane and Rhaegar are rotating to the top lane and looking to get at least respawn with some type of pushing. Of course, Ragnaros and Sylvanas gonna defend against this push. They need those level 10s, so we did see Johanna in the mid lane, and it looks like everyone did leave their lanes. I think they were just pushing just for enough experience to get that level 10 before they engage, but they are not level 10 yet. So this is going to spell trouble for Readybud.
Yeah, this is Nubrak goes in deep with the burrow charge, throws the cocoon onto the Nubrak. They're trying to get him loose. The Punisher says, "You're not taking over that keep." Sierra's in a load of hurt right now. Is trying to get away. Nubrak gets the kill, and they're trying to attack the core, but they can't just yet because that keep's still standing. Greymane trying to go in deep, gets hunted. Looks like he's going to go down. To condemn out of Johanna. The Sastral does not go off in time. This looks like it's going to probably be GG at this point on the side of Ready Button.
Ragnaros could pick up and go Morton Core behind him if he wanted to, potentially. But, I mean, do you have an Illidan on a core? And he's effective at...
Not anymore!
But he falls down! He falls down! Could they protect this?
Greymane goes in with the big damage. Tassadar has to phase shift out. The Molten Core is popped. Link's still going at it. Stukov trying to get as much damage. Tassadar
trying to get the last bit of it.
No,
he falls 2%.
They saved the core, but now the threat of a backdoor is just omnipresent at this point. And Baron says it best: moral victory. Sometimes you want to win something, and even if you defend your core with 2% left, you still defend it.
Yeah, definitely. That's something they kind of need for the morale books, if you ask me. They needed something to be able to say, okay, we did something pretty good out of these 3 games. Don't get me wrong, Ready Button is playing pretty good these 3 matches, especially during the second match. But it looks like Penguin ended up DCing again, and we are unfortunately going to have to tell them that if they do, well, it looks like he was able to rejoin, but if that should happen again, it looks like we will have to let them know, hey, you got no more pauses, unfortunately. Sorry.
Yeah, and this is such a tough shrine for them to take, because really, if you're Psionic Synergy, right now you just push that bottom out and let the creeps do the rest. And you
can see them sneaking along the bottom, hugging that bottom wall there.
Johanna's kind of canny, but she misses it. She's going the wrong way. They're all in that bush just now. And
I think they sniff it out. I think they kind of realize that they're all missing. They expect it. Hopefully they expect it. They cannot take this.
Don't do it, Greymane.
Don't take the bait.
Okay.
I think they know they could potentially get... He's probably shouting it across, hey, guys, get back here.
Oh, the double stun on the Greymane. He's going to go down. That's pretty much going to end this game. The web wrap, just to kind of ensure that there's 0 chance. Nice flailing swipes at the end to just kind of dissuade any further shenanigans out of Ready Button just there. And really, that was just... I am very, very, very impressed by the play of Psionic Synergy just now. That was just great coordination, just great teamwork. They knew how to stuff the split. I want to call it split push, but the hard push coming out of a team. A Ready Button. I want to say I've got so many teams here in the past week. It's like they're all kind of shuffled around in my head at this point. So, like, that's not to say Ready Button didn't show up. Like, they knew what they wanted, what game plan they wanted to execute. They just Psionic Synergy was just a lot better at executing their plan overall. So
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, they are showing themselves to be a top contender alongside another team that is so far showing to be a top contender, which is TQ in this competitive league. But we will likely, hopefully, see another team that come out on top here, potentially through Ready Button or through the new replacement team in the competitive league 2+2, which I don't know if you are familiar with them or not.
No, these are all brand new teams to me. I have been mostly Chair League and Heroes Hype. So I used to do some casting for Heroes Hype with DJ Tyrant back before he decided to switch jobs and then not be able to cast anymore. So, like these are refreshingly fun games. I'll say compared to the typical meta slavery you see going on. Like you see the Holy Trinity come out and you're like, oh, this ought to be good. So
Yes.
lots of fun right there. Lots of fun. If you haven't checked them out before, check out Gamers of the Storm on Twitter at GamersOST. Did I get that right?
Gamers OTS.
OTS. OST. Like original soundtrack, really? Zex? Okay. But yeah, check them out on Twitter. Where can people find you?
So we have some Discord information that we can post into your Twitch chat. But that would be, I think, a good way to find us is through Twitter, and our social media manager will definitely get back to you as she loves talking with people through social media. So she'll be able to take care of you if you're interested in being a part of our friendly community. And because it is both a casual and competitive community, we are open to all sorts of players, from new to veteran to the seriously high competitive players. So whatever your background, you're welcome in Gamers of the Storm.
All right, very, very nice. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. We have Psionic Synergy tonight with a 3-0 victory over Ready Button. And let's see, what days does Gamers of the Storm, the competitive league, what days are you guys usually active?
So our test season, being this is our first season, added it as a test season just to iron out all the kinks and whatnot. We are just strictly doing them right now on the weekends. I felt that was the best way so that it wouldn't conflict with the other team's participation in other competitive leagues like Heroes Hype, Cheer League, and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But in the future, we may be looking at more during the week, as we do find that a lot of teams like that weekend for break. Because everyone has a real life, you know? Mm-hmm. So, just allowing them to kind of take that weekend off from competitive play. And so we're looking at during the weekdays in future seasons. But as of right now, it is typically running on Saturdays and Sundays.
All right, very good. And there you have it. Check Gamers of the Storm out on Twitter once again at Gamers OTS. I said it right.
Yep.
That'll pretty much do it for the cast today. We'll be back Monday night with some HGC Open games. Exciting stuff right there. And then Thursday night with some Chair League with Balrog fan casting, and then DJ Tyrant later that night with another game from the Golden Mishas from California University. So we'll see you then, everyone. Have a great night.